to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
I'm gonna show you something beautiful.
I'm talking about Thor's hammer going slam, slam. Hulk smash going, then Pepper on his shield going wham, wham. And now we go into the kingdom out, where Loki takes us down, down. Loki takes us down. Loki takes us down.
There are no strings on me.
Got voices in my head. Just get them out sometimes.
This is Nathan exploding. You're listening to Two Strangers on Podcast. Bunch of douchebags.
Hello, this is Snappabuzz. You're listening to Two Strangers One Podcast. You know who else likes Two Strangers One Podcast?
My mom! A bunch of a-holes.
Hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. I'm hooked on a feeling.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Paul.
And black by popular demand, Darrell.
Oh, God.
Right.
Shut up, Paul. No one asked you what your fucking opinion. Chris said it was cool. That is all that matters.
Yeah,
Well-
Jesus Christ. Because we haven't recorded in about 2 weeks. The last episode we did was about Comic-Con. Now, mind you, I'm putting myself in financial straits paying for freaking server space. And I'm like, when the hell are we going to record? But, which actually we were planning to record like a couple days ago, but you got home from work late and I was already knocked the fuck out. So
Yeah.
we apologize to the people that, here I go to Comic-Con, I got all these people hyped up, oh, listen to the podcast, and of course, yeah, we had the Comic-Con episode, and then boom, then 2 weeks, no episode. So,
Fuck y'all. Y'all be okay.
but I guess, you could always catch, but you know what it is, you got so many guys on the Toonami Faithful podcast that if one person can't make it,
Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah,
like
I told you we could switch some of those people in and out if we wanted to. So
yeah.
we might have to do
Interchangeable.
that. We might have to do that with my status change, of course.
And with that, and that's the whole thing, because I was planning, I do kind of have some backup people that I may want to hit up for an interview and stuff like that. But I was like,
Oh, Chris, I am just so flattered that you want to interview me. Wow.
Ain't nobody want to interview your black ass. Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck you, yeah, I tell you, piece of shit.
Well, I think it's pretty cool that we do have Darrell on this episode because Paul has some news for the people, for our listeners who don't necessarily follow us on social media, which, I think
y'all ass need to be doing.
Yeah. But for those who don't know, I think Paul would like to make an announcement.
Well, I am no longer single, nor am I.
He's no longer in the game, ladies.
Yeah, he's playing with his hand all the time now.
Put your pussies away.
Yeah, the numerous girls that were coming after me. Yeah.
Unfortunately, for all the single ladies, Paul is off the market. Which we literally 2 minutes before the episode, I'm like, are we going to talk about this or not? Because the whole reason, and once again, I'm glad that Darrell is here, is because we are gonna fucking have a bachelor party. I don't
Hell fucking yes.
Look, I'm hard up, man, and and it's not like, and with all due respect, it's not one of those bachelor parties. It's not like we're gonna get you some hooker or we're not gonna have you fuck a
doing
goat.
lines of coke and smoking weed like in bachelor party.
Yeah, we're not. I don't want nothing that will disrespect your relationship. But we're gonna fucking do guy things. And once again, I'm glad Darrell is on this podcast because the one thing that I want to do is part of this bachelor party. And Paul, you really have no say in it because the groom has no say in the actual bachelor party.
He sure does.
One of the things I really want to do is we got to go to a shooting range. And especially with Darrell there. Darrell's a good old boy from the South. Yeah,
we come out the womb with a trigger in our hand, dude.
You got some pent up aggression.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Dude, I had a pent up aggression when I was still a sperm cell.
So, how's Rosie?
I don't know. Ask your mom.
Ooh, that's not nice. I met Rosie Palm, you fucking piece of shit.
Kiss my ass, bitch.
Oh.
I was kind of thinking of things that we can do that, I don't want to do corny shit. None of us are into golfing. I don't want to go on a
Hey, bitch, I golf.
Oh, you golf? Oh.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, we're going to the batting cage. Fuck that shit.
Well, see, batting cages, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Batting cages I get, you know.
Dude, we're going bar hopping. We're going to the firing range. We're going to get drunk. We're going to eat junk food. Dude, seriously.
You're going to have
Ribs,
fireworks.
beer, and pizza.
Guns.
And fireworks. Yes.
What else?
Of course, we're going to make this motherfucker drink. He
Oh,
has
yeah.
to drink.
And that's the whole thing. Hey, I'm the designated driver. So I mean, or however we're gonna be. But you know, Paul can
Yeah,
get
you're designated.
absolutely smashed, and I'll be the totally clean and sober one, so the cops don't give us a fucking issue.
Oh, I don't know, dude. Black man. Was the black man driving? Yes, he was. Get out the car.
Fuck you.
I mean, maybe we could center it around, like, you know, sometime, like, because one of the things I guess we'll be talking about later is this underground lucha, or lucha underground, excuse me, underground. Well, I just think it's a brilliant idea. It's on the El Rey network, which is created by Robert Rodriguez, kind of like it's programming more geared towards Hispanic, Latino, whichever nomenclature you choose to use. But I just like the fact that they're starting, you know, this is I'm assuming it looks like a wrestling league that now focuses more on the luchador wrestling as opposed to the same 4 fucking guys that headlight every night on WWE.
I like to refer to myself as Black Arican.
Black Rican.
Hey, look here, dude. When it comes to switching up my nationality, I can do it in a minute.
Hey, we come in all colors, literally.
Damn right.
I mean, I don't know, Paul. Do you play poker? I mean, I don't necessarily play poker, but I mean, I have.
Oh yeah,
played
he
in a
plays
while.
poker, man. When he puts that squirrel up his ass,
Oh, shut the fuck up.
gets a little squirrely.
Or we could get ghetto and just play spades.
Like name of space, son.
Paul, you ever play spades, or is that, or am I speaking?
Not the way that you're describing it.
You just a little bitch, Paul. That's all.
Oh, shh. It'll be okay, Jarrell. You're just a little jealous that somebody else has me, not you.
No, it's okay, bitch. I was done with you like 2 days ago anyway.
I'm not a big fan of like camping. Camping doesn't sound like a thing that I don't necessarily like camping.
You're a city boy, so you know that ain't really your thing.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
that's the real thing.
oh, okay. You've been so you camped, Jarrell?
Yeah, dude. Seriously, like the
Yeah,
last.
you didn't know Jarrell was
man,
white.
Hey, bitch, I ain't white.
I mean that's people.
I just
South
have white
camp.
intentions sometimes.
Oh, Lord.
Like trying to get a better job in the 401k. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chris.
I had a friend of mine that was an old coworker of mine, and he says, you know, oh, I'm going camping or whatever, and I'm like, oh, you have all, and basically he didn't even like he camped, but like he kind of just like it was something like he was basically living like a homeless person for 2 days or whatever, because he didn't even have like a tent. He slept in his car. I'm like, that kind of, yeah, that's a weird kind of. That's not really camping. That's just being homeless for 2 days.
Well, depending on what it is, man. We done had like contests, man, with like some of my old military buddies, man. Like we kind of did the minimalist thing. So basically, you living off the land for like either like we'll do a 2-day one or we'll do like a week. I think the last time I did one, I was probably around 25, man. I went out with a toothbrush, a Bowie knife, and what else I had? And a bar of soap, man. That was it. Everything else, man, it was off the land for the rest of the days.
That's the whole thing. Like, if it was relatively warm weather, I get just sleeping outside. Like, if you're in a car, you're kind of cheating in a way. Like, I don't know how to.
Wait. Why would we camp outside in the car?
Well, no. That's what I'm saying. My coworker used to say, "Oh, I'm going camping this weekend," and I was, you know, and then he goes, I forgot how it came up in the conversation, but he's like, "Oh, I don't have a tent. I just sleep in my car." And I'm like, "Well, then you're not really camping. You're being homeless for 2 days. You're driving your car out into the middle of the fucking forest or whatever, and not, you know, like because he was like a guitarist, so he was like, oh, you know, I like to just, you know, go out there and just, you know, play music and, you know, not have any distractions or whatever." And it's just like, I don't know, that was like doing it. The camping out of a car just doesn't feel right. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't. Like I said,
No, it don't sound right, dude. That's like saying, "Oh yeah, I fucked her without a condom, but I used protection.
Right.
I took it out before I skied
I screamed, "No, baby, no, baby."
Yeah, I know, right? Nah, but seriously though, man, like it just depends on what type of camper you are, man. And I wouldn't dare sleep in the car, man, unless it was like.
Well, you have to have a campy feel to do that.
Oh yeah, you know, y'all get campy, man. Like if you got an SUV, man, basically what we'll do is we'll sleep in the back of the SUV, man, with the or either, you know, with the, what I'm trying to say, with the sleeping bag, man, you know, because sometimes you just couldn't get a good spot at the camping ground.
Now, what about like paintball, or to the lesser extent, laser tag?
Dude,
Laser tag, I'm
laser
good.
tag.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind doing paintball, but Paul's gonna puss out and cry because I got hit and I got bruises on me now.
Darrell kept shooting me in the nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
That's if y'all.
That's why there will be no paintball, because I feel like A, either I'm gonna get ganged up on, I'm gonna have a bunch of bruises, or B, Darrell's just gonna sit there from a sniper position and just shoot me all day. I'm not gonna be able to find his ass.
Dude, this is
you know, like they have those rules that, like, after a buzzer or whatever goes off, you're not supposed to shoot anyone. Paul would still getting shot at.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sorry. It's like the thing with me, man. It's like my civilian friends, they really don't like playing paintball with me. It's like, cause last time I actually used a ghillie suit, man, and I was just picking people off. And then I just like started popping people in the ass, man. I got one of my friends I hit in the breast, man.
Oh God.
I was trying to do the smiley face. I'm an asshole, I know.
So for the lesser extent, maybe like a laser tag or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Because Paul, do they have laser tag up here? I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while since I went to one. I know out in Long Island, they used to have a place called Qzar.
Oh, damn. We had one of those down here back when I was in high school.
I mean, it's been a while, but
Yeah.
now I'm going to look it up, Qzar. I used to like Qzar, except, like, after a while, like, they never... Like,
Well, they actually have Laser Quest.
Laser Quest. There is a Laser Quest. Yeah, right there in a little past...
Fingers.
on Ridge Road. Yeah.
Right.
I forgot about that, yeah.
Well, looks like I'll be wearing combat boots that night.
All right. So, okay, we got like a Laser Quest.
I love how we're like making a list here as we go.
Yeah.
Hey, this is your dude. This is your single bucket list.
This is your bachelor party, man. I mean,
This is the
like I
bucket
said,
list, dude,
you know,
for
nothing to disrespect your future marriage, but shit, we're gonna fucking do guy things. I haven't. Well, shit. I mean, you know, I've been to bachelor parties, but I haven't been to a good bachelor party in well over 10 years. And you know, because once again, I'm a little older than you gentlemen, and there was a time like where all my fucking friends were getting married. Like, so I went to like a whole bunch of bachelor parties like in a row.
Dude, I went to one bachelor party. It's like all you can drink, man. They ran out of fucking beer. And not to mention that the strippers that they had, man.
That's because you drank all the beer.
That's a fucking lie. I got that late, man. And like basically, they didn't tell us that it was a $10 cover charge, man, for people who weren't in the damn wedding party. I'm like, damn, I got to pay to get in a bachelor party? Not to mention I got to look at a whole bunch of strippers that's either got stretch marks or bullet holes in their ass.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, it was one of them type of bachelor parties.
Well, I mean, you know, there are those bachelor parties where all the guys kind of chip in a couple of bucks, and you know, you get yourself some fucking ratchet crackhead hookers or whatever. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna lie, but that's you know, that shit ain't fun. And then like, it's weird to like know that like your boy is fucking some crackhead in the next room. I never got that vibe, and you know, I just, you know.
I was like, man, let me just go to a damn strip club, the classic one, and call it a day.
Yeah.
I mean, the little Filipino chick gave me a free lap dance.
The bachelor party I went to, I mean, these were bitches with, like you said, bullet holes, fucking C-section scars.
Yeah.
You know, a little peach fuzz on their upper lip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, bitches that just did not give a fuck, and it was just, you know. And the craziest thing is like when you go to like I went to a bachelor party and there were girls there, and because you know what happens is when these girls go to bachelor parties is they will bring someone with them to kind of just like, you know, sometimes they'll come with a guy, sometimes they'll come with a girl. It's just someone there like, you know, this person's here to make sure I don't get murdered in this room full of drunk fucking crazy guys. And
that's why I come when Darrell goes to a party.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Paul. You're my wingman. You're my blanket.
And I actually, the girl that brought the actual hooker was prettier than the hooker.
Damn.
And I kind of, I don't know, and dude, I talked her into like giving me a neck rub. You know what I'm saying? She did more for me than the,
Ugh.
you know, than.
Sure didn't get disease while that was happening?
No, the girl was cute, man. That's the whole thing. The hooker stripper, whatever you want to call it, because she came in as a stripper, but really for a couple of bucks more, you can go and fuck her. And but I was just like, you know, I was more into her friend, you know what I'm saying? And her friend was there, and you know, I was giving her drinks and stuff like that, and and you know, before the night was over, she was giving me a back rub, and you know, I mean, you know, it's a little bit
things
of
escalated.
things.
Yeah, bachelor parties are interesting. They really are. Like, when you're 18, then you hit your 20s. It's like it starts to alternate, man. And then when you hit your 30s, like, okay, so this shit is going on now.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, sorry, chick, I'm just more into the booze than you, so I'm gonna holla. And they give you that little pissy ass fucking look, man. Then the one decent chick that's out there, like they see that shit and like, you want to lap dance?
Now, what about hitting the casinos? Well, how you feel about casinos? I mean,
If I have any money.
What was that?
Said if I have any money.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the guys, we could probably give you a couple bucks to.
Yeah, we'll give you some food stamps.
Sorry, I don't
up here, we
convert.
don't have any real casinos up here. We have the racinos. We have like the freaking all electronic one man.
And let's just take his ass to a bingo hall and holla Yahtzee, man.
We should just do that just for the hell of it, just to see like all the looks at us like, why the fuck are these guys here?
And there is a bingo hall right here on it's on Ridge Road. I want to say Ridge and Hudson. Not Ridge and
It's
Hudson.
called Bingo Place.
Yeah,
Bingo Palace?
Bingo Palace.
Yes.
And let me tell you, that fucking place, I was right before I was driving to New York City. About in the same plaza as the Bingo Palace, there's a Dunkin' Donuts, and I wanted to go to that Dunkin' Donuts before I drove 6 hours to New York City. It was when I was on my way to Comic-Con. And let me tell you, dude, I left at the wrong fucking time because I was driving through the plaza right when they were letting out. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and it was a wave of old women getting into their cars, driving the way old women drive.
Oh, shit.
It was a fucking obstacle course, bro. It was the scariest moment I've ever had in my car because it was just this waves and waves of old ladies leaving the bingo hall. And out here in Bingo Palace, Darrell, I mean, no one's really walking to this place. You know what I'm saying? This is a place everyone kind of has to drive. So that was a very disturbing.
That shit would have scared the fuck out of me, man. I don't even like being on the road with old folks.
Now imagine a wave of them.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to navigate the fucking parking lot, which had I known what was going on, I would have went all the way around to get to the Dunkin' Donuts. But unfortunately, I didn't realize the fucking hell that the asteroid field I was driving into when I drove into the lot of old ladies. Okay, what about? There's really nothing up here like I wouldn't like to do this anyway. It's kind of like in lieu of camping. Like I'm not a big fan of like whitewater rafting. I'm not no extreme. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I want to jump out of an airplane. I want to parachute. I do want to go parachuting, but I don't. That's not really a bachelor party thing. That's more of like a.
That's a personal thing. Well, like First Sergeant told me, only 3 things fall from the sky: birds, fools, and shit. So hello, fool.
Oh god.
It's like I don't want to die right before fucking Paul's wedding. I don't want to. I don't want to be that sour note.
No, it's like, and in local news, Chris jumps out of planes and died, and Darrell just said, "Oh shit."
And Paul's like, "Fuck that, we ain't postponing anything."
Hey,
Wedding,
like,
come on. Sorry, Chris, everyone's missing your funeral because we're at the wedding.
Don't worry about it. We'll do 4 weddings in the funeral.
Oh god.
And if I do happen, I mean, like, well, not that we're going skydiving or anything like that, but if I was to die, just go right ahead and have the wedding. Don't fucking worry. There's nothing. I'm in the ground. I'm already, I'm a bag of meat now. Don't worry about me. Go do whatever you got to do.
Don't worry about it, dude. I'll make sure I take all whatever price belongs you have, dude. Hope you got a nice watch.
Oh.
Like, yeah, that shit nice. Ain't got it from Chris.
89 Casio calculator watch.
Shit, I don't know, man. That's vintage right there. I might be able to make some money off that.
Right.
Shit. Okay, so can we really get into it now? Because we have went on a fucking tangent out of this world. Thanks to Paul Pascrillo getting fucking married and shit. Ain't that right, Pascrillo?
Shut up.
But I ain't say prosciutto.
About time you don't.
Damn, I want some prosciutto now. With some figs, man.
Oh, I got some figs for you.
Whatever,
Can you
bitch.
get some good prosciutto in Alabama?
Dude, this is fucking Alabama,
They got
man.
some grits, motherfucker.
Well, no, I'm just saying, is
Bitch,
I'm so
I
used
eat
to,
polenta.
if I want some real good prosciutto, I'm so used to going to like an Italian,
Prosciutto.
an Italian butcher. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and even up here, I mean, the the big supermarket chain up here, Wegmans, their shit is relatively decent. You know what I'm saying? Like, their stuff is, if you're gonna go corporate, when you're looking for the prosciutto, and of course they're fucking charging you for the fucking prosciutto, But let me see. Well, I mean, okay, Paul, you don't want to do anything like, because before Darrell gets into, you don't want to do anything like fishing or anything like that. The fishing is kind of.
Yeah, I mean, we could. I've caught some good fish in my day. One of them was named Darrell, and then I had to throw it back.
What the fuck you trying to say? I'm fucking Aquaman now?
Exactly.
That's right, bitch.
Cigars. I mean,
Hell yeah.
all right. So I'm gonna have to recruit my dad for this one because my dad usually hunts down the good cigars. He gets like the good Dominican ones, which are technically the exact same ones as like Cubans, except that there's no embargo. They're not embargo. It's like for all intents and purposes they're Cuban cigars. But
if your dad can give me a decent Monte Cristo, dude, or a Pancho Villa that's something close to it, man, I would be quite grateful.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't smoke.
Bitch, you smoking that night? Damn.
You gotta have one
What the fuck
cigar.
is wrong with you?
It's the bachelor party.
Dude, we will get you some fucking Listerine.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, you just a bitch, man.
I mean, you're used to sucking on big brown things.
Yeah, I know, right? Paul loves big brown things, especially the one that's between my legs.
Oh.
Ooh, man, I love this.
Oh, damn.
Damn. I'm telling you, dude, this is like the roast of Paul Pascrillo tonight, folks.
Yeah, fuck you.
I mean, like, seriously. Because we know, hey, Darrell is not best man material whatsoever.
Up here, dude, I don't know. I don't know if they have anything up here like dune buggies or dirt bikes, ATVs, or anything like that. That's not really. They don't really have that up here. But that sounds like something fun to do.
Don't worry about it. We'll just take his ass to Chuck E. Cheese.
Which where I was today, as a matter of fact. Swear to God.
I know. I saw the pictures. And I was like, this fucker.
Oh,
I ain't call you out though, man. I love you too much today, Chris. You was with your little girl, man.
Yeah, it's my daughter.
Mad respect, man.
I tell, and let me tell you, I mean, I kind of like Chuck E. Cheese because like you could go there and not like you could kind of just like I mean the one up here it's relatively cool. Like you could let your kid fucking just go. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just sit there and be a total lazy, non-involved.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about somebody like snatching them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they got people that like
But-
you out before you leave.
Speaking about your kid, you've been having some personal problems.
Oh, with me? Oh, okay. All right, just one last thing before I get into
Oh, God.
That we've been trying to get into.
we got to get fucking steaks.
Yes.
We are
Yes.
we're gonna go to a steakhouse.
No. Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah, don't come to me with that corporate bullshit.
Bitch, no.
Outback Steakhouse, motherfucker. Those
Chris,
fucking-
where you suggest, man? Because fuck a blooming onion.
they don't have blooming onions.
But, I mean, once again, I'm still, even I've lived up here 4 or 5 years, I'm still not super familiar with, but I mean, I want to go to a real fucking steakhouse with that fucking mobsters eat at. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Peter Luger's in, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just, oh, shit.
I don't know if we got any of that up here.
Well, shit, if we're going to Outback, then I'm just going to get a Melbourne, dude. It's a 20-ounce steak.
But I mean, come on, that's like that's cheating yourself, man. If it's bachelor party steaks, you don't go to some. That's corporate. Fuck corporate. I don't know. All right, so yeah, all right. Let's get into my baby, and not my baby issues, baby mama issues.
And by the way, this bachelor party ain't going to be happening anytime soon, so we have a lot of time to plan.
Yeah, we got a lot of time, dude, but it's always fun to just kind of put out ideas right now.
Yeah, and look, any issues, you could play this for your girl and say, look, they're not doing anything stupid that's going to be bad to our relationship, but we're going to be doing guy shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's been over 10 years before I've been, and let me tell you, because one of the last bachelor parties I went to, it was my buddy's bachelor party, and what happened was his brother organized it. Now, mind you, we were going down Atlantic City, and it was all fine and good, and we had a relatively good time, but his brother organized it with no fucking concern for my boy. Long story short, my boy, who's a metalhead, has long hair, fucking plays in a fucking punk rock band. His brother goes, oh, we're going to go to this Spanish club, like a Latin dance club. And I'm like, don't you have any fucking consideration of who your brother is and what he does? You know what I'm saying? His brother obviously just wanted to go and gamble and fucking go to a fucking dance club, and he's using his brother's wedding as a fucking excuse. So shit like that ain't gonna happen. Now, of course, yeah, okay, like we said, okay, you're gonna have a cigar. You're gonna have a cigar, I'm sorry. But that,
Yeah.
We're focusing on you. We're focusing to bust your chops. You know what I'm saying? That's the job. It's the job to fucking make the groom's night torture
His
him
last
while he
night,
has
remember,
fun.
dude. Yeah.
And and that's the whole thing. I want to make sure you fucking have fun, and we're just gonna be doing totally non-relationship threatening stuff, but we're gonna do guy stuff. God damn it.
Exactly,
Okay.
dude.
All right, sorry.
And you are going to drink. I'm sorry. You have no fucking choice in that.
Anyways, let's move on to...
So my baby mama's giving me fucking issues about. So,
No surprise, continue.
And literally minutes before we started recording, literally before I got on Skype with you guys, because, and I guess this is, I mean, long story short, it's only been 2 dates, but, I met a girl on OkCupid. We have been
Oh my god, you're not gay? Holy shit.
No, I'm bi, bro. No. At
Well,
best.
just hope for you.
I'll try anything once. No, but so my baby mama, I guess, apparently she's already gotten into this new relationship, and it's already a fucking train wreck ready to happen. Like, she already got the guy's like initials tattooed on her.
The fuck wrong with her?
Yeah, she's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. And now, mind you, okay, and this my baby mama kind of has a thing for Italian guys. And even though I'm Puerto Rican, I kind of have an Italian vibe to me. Even New York or whatever.
Use the next best thing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a shade off. So
yeah, that's what they call it.
And so she's like, on her Facebook page, she's before she's got with the guy she's with now, who is, and this is not the issue here, he's a black guy. But mind you, all of a sudden, when there were all these like posts about, I'm Italian and now mind you, she's not Italian at all. She's Native American. But like when, all Italian this and sexy this, like all about loving Italians. But all of a sudden she hooks up with this black guy. And where did all those posts go? But that, like I said, that's neither here or there. So what happens is, we're making the plans for Halloween because I want to take my daughter out trick-or-treating. And then she's like, oh, they may be doing something a little more. So basically, like, by the court appointment, I get to see my daughter until 7, and then she's kind of like, oh, we can maybe do something past 7 if you want to keep trick-or-treating, where, technically my daughter is back with her, but, it doesn't, I'm saying it's sort of like extending the time because I do want to spend Halloween with my daughter, and I want to take her trick-or-treating. I mean, she's been trick-or-treating, but she was too young to really notice what the hell she was doing before. Now she's 4, and she knows what she's expecting, and she knows what she wants to do. So my baby mama goes, oh, if you want to bring your girlfriend, that's cool. And I was just like, I'm not, that's not a thing that's going to happen, because one, I mean, and so my baby mama goes, well, I don't want anybody, if you're going to be seeing someone, I want to meet them because I want to know who's going to be around my kid. And I'm like, well, who the fuck are you to judge? If anything, I'm the one who'll make the judgment on,
exactly
who's going to be around my daughter when I'm with them. And then plus, not that it's any of my baby mama's business, but as of right now, only after 2 days, we're not exactly at the, hey, meet my kid phase. You know what I'm saying? I mean, things have to evolve. Things have to, and I'm not disrespecting anybody by saying that, what I'm saying? It's just common sense. I mean, other than like my baby mama was already like giving herself to this new guy, it's right. None of your business what I do with my time. And I would like to think, and then, so she had said, oh, well, I think you should let me know. And I'm like, you've been an adult for 5 fucking minutes, don't tell me, and then I said, you know what, you're right. I am a bad judge of character because I had a kid with a fucking crackhead. So,
yeah,
and it was just, she's giving me this fucking drama about who's, and I'm like, I would like to think that I'm responsible enough, yes, technically, legally, I don't have custody of my daughter. Why? Because she brought some other fucking guy into the house, saying her last boyfriend. When I lived with my daughter and her father, he brought the guy into the house, and unfortunately, I responded the way I responded, and that threw my whole fucking thing out of whack. So, I mean, as of right now, I'm just so fucking frustrated at, like, what she's, what she said, and, like,
Well, like, I know, like, I don't go out with my kid and his mom because, first of all, there's 3 kids now, and second of all, like,
that bitch crazy.
well, let's not go too far into it, but basically, like, it's just we don't mesh well. So if there's something I don't like, I'm gonna say something, and she's not gonna like that, and it just turns into something that it shouldn't be, and I don't like to have that around the kids. So, we really don't have that kind of bad of a relationship anymore. But it's just, I don't want to put my.
She be on that bullshit sometimes, folks. I'm dead serious. Paul has just called me like, dude, can I vent to you about this shit right now?
And that's the whole thing is that, like, she's playing under this guise of, like, oh, I want to know who's going to be around my daughter. And I said, no, you don't. You want to see who I'm dating.
Exactly.
Saying you don't care about your kids. You really, really don't, and not the way that, you're not concerned about your kids in that way. Oh, you care. No, you want to, you don't want me to be happy. And, you want to see who I'm around. So, and then what? So you put a bug in her ear so you can say, oh, he's done this. And yeah, and I've done horrible things in the past. And I've smacked her around, and I've admitted to that, what I'm saying? And I paid my penance for that bullshit, what I'm saying? But, before her, I never laid my hands on a woman, what I'm saying?
Some women push you to that point for real.
I didn't lay my hands on a woman. I laid my hands on a crackhead. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Jesus.
It's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, whatever, if I don't get into physical altercations with normal human beings. You know what I'm saying? How is it that before I met my baby mama, I never got into any trouble with the law? You know what I'm saying?
That's because there are some women out there that try to take you to the edge, and
unfortunately, I fell for it. I took the bait,
Oh yeah.
But now I'm a little smarter. I'm a little more, a little more weary of her games. But it's just like, it was just fucking frustrating. But I'm saying is, my whole point is that she's not doing this out of concern of her kid. She's doing this out of fucking curiosity on how I'm living my life.
Right.
It's like, listen to the podcast. You know what I'm saying? You want to know what I'm up to? Look at my Facebook page. I'm not.
Exactly.
I don't block anybody. You can pretty much follow my whole fucking life.
But you should block her, not have her on the Facebook. But
yeah. But yeah, I should, but I'm good.
All right, well let's go to commercial break and then we can
yeah. So we'll be back with more dick and fart jokes.
Hopefully.
This episode of Two Strangers, One Podcast is brought to you by Comics Etc. 1115 East Main and North Goodman at the Hungerford Building, door number 8. Find out more information at comicsetc.biz or like them on Facebook at facebook.com/comicsetc1.
Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. Pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers, One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
And we're back.
Bro, get your dick away from me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it blocking your view again?
Yes, it is.
And we are now at the nerdy part of the show, the nerdy news. And holy shit, in the past 2 weeks, so much. I mean, actually, just in the past couple days, so much stuff has come out. And I think I just want to lead off with the Age of Ultron trailer. Holy fucking shit.
Yes.
Does it look good?
Yeah, apparently Marvel had to release the actual trailer because a very bad quality one was leaked, and they wanted to get ahead of it before it got too bad, I guess, is what happened.
Yeah, because last Tuesday, I mean, we're recording this on Wednesday, the 29th, but last Tuesday, there was a rumor that it was going to be on, or Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which unfortunately this season totally sucks. I've been trying to follow it. I've been trying to watch it, and it's boring. I'm sorry. It really is. It's really boring this year. And honestly, I fell asleep during that episode. I purposely, and I'm a kind of person where I'm up to fucking 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, easy. I fell asleep watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, had they shown the commercial or not, they didn't. But when I finally did wake up, of course, my friends being whoever, my friends are on Facebook and shit like that, it was all over my newsfeed. And when I saw the trailer, I mean, okay, a couple of things. I mean, the fucking Hulkbuster,
yes.
what was before kind of just like a rumor, everyone thought that the Hulkbuster was going to be in Iron Man 3, but it ended up being, the Iron Man suit, codename Igor or whatever. I mean, a full-on, flat-out, genuine Hulkbuster, no fucking, and then of course just to confirm it in the commercial, he's fighting the fucking Hulk. Big, giant, bulky Iron Man suit that actually has 3 arc reactors in it. If you look at the picture closely, and I only because I cheated and someone online kind of pointed it out to me, he has 2 arc reactors in the legs, and then the arc reactor, the one that he usually works in his chest or whatever. So this thing is so fucking powerful that as powerful as one Iron Man is, this thing is at least 3 times as powerful as a single Iron Man. It is so big that it actually goes over his Iron Man suit. Like you see the Iron Man suit, and then like you see the bigger helmet come over the Iron Man helmet,
which is funny.
fighting the Hulk, which, there's so many, before we even get into like the further storylines, that whole deal where they don't know and they don't trust Bruce Banner, where in the movies they're really kind of they were really pushing the friendship between Tony Stark and Bruce Banner, and then this kind of throws a huge wrench in the works where, their alter egos, when Bruce Banner becomes the Incredible Hulk, maybe he really is uncontrollable, and maybe he really is, and the fact that Tony Stark, who is friends with Bruce Banner, but is smart enough to have a fucking backup contingency plan, that kind of puts a dent in the friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like Paul, we're buddies, and they're like, oh, but by the way, Paul, I developed this thing that I may have to kill you if I need to.
No. I think it has to do with the fact that, it's like Batman and Superman. Batman and Superman are really good friends, but Batman also knows that if Superman ever goes crazy, the world's fucked, so he has to have a backup plan.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the same way that, they're thinking about the Hulk, because when the Hulk is really, really fucking pissed, he's pretty much unstoppable. So why not make something that can bust him, so to speak, and keep him at bay, just in case,
Yeah. I scream like a bitch. I'm not even gonna lie. I wish there was like a camera on me, because I kind of just clicked on it, not really. I'm like, no, I said, oh, this is gonna be some fan-made bullshit trailer. I didn't realize that it, I was like, oh, this isn't coming out for a little while, or whatever. And when I watched the trailer, I was like a fucking little kid. Now, it took me a second to realize that they were playing Pinocchio's No Strings on Me. If you watch the trailer again, they took the version of Pinocchio singing There Are No Strings on Me, and they kind of slowed it down, which makes it a hell of a lot creepy. Because then at the end of the trailer, Ultron says, there are no strings on me. So I was like, when upon watching it the third or fourth time, with, mind you, right in a row, it took me a second to realize, holy shit, that's fucking Pinocchio. And then it clicked, oh, that's right. Disney owns Marvel, so it's okay for them to use Pinocchio's music in a fucking Marvel trailer. Which, I guess is kind of cute that, they took a character like, Ultron with, animated artificial intelligence or whatever, and throwing the fucking Pinocchio theme on top of that. It's creepy, but it's kind of funny, kind of brilliant.
I kind of look at it as placement again. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Disney, for being evil, greedy bastards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, next year they'll have because Disney's notorious for like having like super limited releases of their DVDs. So I would not be surprised next year. They'll probably, I'm just assuming that Pinocchio will probably be one of those exclusive DVDs they can only get during the summer of next year. Yeah, for another 20 years before it comes out again, or it'll be
twist.
The deluxe Blu-ray edition, with
it was kind of like a jizz in my pants moment,
the trailer. I mean, you see, and once again, of course, when you see these trailers, I mean, they show you these parts where like you see them at their absolute worst, and you see like Bruce Banner on the floor, like almost like crying like a little bitch. You see fucking Thor just put Tony Stark in a fucking chokehold, like a choke slam. Like it gets me all excited. Like, oh my god, why is Thor choking out Tony Stark?
Well, apparently they said that this is apparently like at the end of the Avengers, the outcome determines like who's going to be on the team next time. So It should be interesting to see if any of them die, which I don't think any of them are going to die, nor do I think like. I think they're all gonna. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, who do you get rid of? There's not.
Because they've announced the Phase 3 movies, and
right.
that would kind of lead us into the next part. But obviously, technically, you can kill off Captain America because you had the Falcon, but I don't think they're gonna do it. I'm just saying technically. I don't think anyone's gonna die because
you can't get rid of Tony Stark because there's Captain America 3.
It's Captain America 3, which we kind of discussed in the last episode. That's.
I don't think the Hulk will die because that would be stupid. But there again, I don't think it's about dying. I think it's more or less like who's going to still be on the team.
Yeah, well, remember, part of the whole deal of getting the Hulk lusting armor is when S.H.I.E.L.D. and all of them fucking basically just take the Hulk, throw him in a fucking lock him in a rocket ship, and shoot him into outer space. And there is no Hulk movie in the near future. At least no announced Hulk movie.
Well, there is a cartoon though about that Planet Hulk.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that with the Planet Hulk storyline, because they're incorporating all these storylines. They're bringing in Civil War. Obviously, when we get to it later on, they're including the Infinity Gauntlet, which we all kind of knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
With that, you could easily, like I said, with no Hulk movie in the near future, you can technically at the somewhere towards the end of the Avengers or end of the Avengers 2, even at the end of the Avengers 3, or the two-parter that it's going to be. You can end up with shooting, the Hulk into space, because, that's, and then, leave that open for World War Hulk or whatever, Planet Hulk or whatever in the future, if they decide to go that route. Okay, in other news, and this is something that I've been dreading, and I don't want it to happen, but sort of related in the Marvel Universe, the announcement, even though it hasn't been 100% confirmed, that Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be Doctor Strange in the next movie, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I mean, the guy ruined Star Trek. I never watched Sherlock, so I really don't care. What other franchise was he in? He was like in one other franchise, but...
Doctor Who.
Well, no, he's in Sherlock Holmes, which is from the same people that do Doctor Who.
But wasn't he like Doctor Who for like an episode or two or something?
I think he was Doctor Who, man.
Now I gotta look.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure too that he was actually Doctor Who as well. I was like, I really thought they could have found somebody better than him, though, man. Some people excited about it, but like you, Chris, I just don't give a fuck about this dude doing it.
Yeah, I
really don't see what he brings to being Doctor Strange, man.
Yeah,
he doesn't even look the part.
I honestly, of all the people that they were talking about, one of the people they were saying, which I would have liked it to be, is they said Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell, he played Bullseye in, that horrible Daredevil movie, which I kind of like. I kind of like Daredevil, but I know a lot of people didn't like it. He's already played in a Marvel movie. I don't know. And I know he's got a little heat now because I think he's going to be in, I haven't seen it, but there's a show, True Detective on HBO. I think he was either on season 1 or he's going to be on season 2. Either way, he's kind of, obviously his agent's been doing some fucking hard work getting him back on the screen. I kind of would have liked to see Colin Farrell play Doctor Strange.
Right.
I've seen one like fan-made picture where they kind of did him up with the goatee and the graying temples and stuff like that. Which and it's actually the picture that I use on my Facebook page when I wrote about it. That picture is the only cool picture, But I don't know if they're gonna go the whole. I don't think they're gonna do the whole like perfect adaptation. I think they're kind of gonna make him. I don't think they're gonna give him gray temples. They'll probably give him a goatee. But then again, if they give him a goatee, then he's gonna look too much like Tony Stark. So it's kind of like what are they going to do with this? And so, I don't know. I just, I don't want to take anything away from him. I just don't see him as Doctor Strange, and it bothers the shit out of me.
Like I said, man, it could have been better people for that role, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. He was in...
Dude, you could have used Robert Downey Jr. for real. Shit, just give it to Robert Downey Jr., man. Let him be Iron Man and Doctor Strange.
Go find, what the hell's his name?
Dude, I would have took Liam Neeson, man.
That would have been interesting. No. Well, actually, one of the people that they were considering was Oded Fair from the Mummy movies. The guy that was like the Arabic assassin with the crazy tattoos on his face.
Oh yeah, man, he would have made
He would have been excellent. He would have been perfect. So I just. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Benedict Cumberbatch was also in The Hobbit, which I haven't seen any of the Hobbit movies. I saw Lord of the Rings, but I haven't seen any of the Hobbit movies. But this guy's like in all these franchises, but. I don't know. I don't want him to. He's not going to ruin it, but it's just like, if you could have, I don't know, if you could have so many other better, even if it was like a nobody, I don't know. I just got to, Benedict Cumberbatch just looks like a person that got way too much fucking plastic surgery or something like that. I don't know. I'm not thrilled about it. I know other people are, and it's just not me. I don't know.
Now, are you thrilled about the list of movies that Marvel's announced?
Oh my God. Let me see.
Speaking of segue.
Yeah, speaking of, I guess that does, because Doctor Strange is one of the movies that Marvel has announced. It's funny how you can announce a movie yet not even have that actor. I guess they probably have it set down behind the scenes, but there isn't any full on. Now, of course, okay, Marvel, which it blows my mind because they made their announcement at the Captain, I think was the name of the theater in California and Hollywood, and it's like you would think with San Diego Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con, and let me tell you, because at New York Comic-Con, Marvel, like DC didn't have a booth. DC didn't even have a stage, which kind of pissed me off, which at the Marvel, one of the nights when I was there, Marvel kind of like one of the guy that was the MC was kind of goofing on that DC didn't even have their own, you would think that they would save this for like a huge event like Comic-Con, either San Diego or New York Comic-Con. And, it's like just out of the blue. Well, I think also, they did this to follow the DC announcement. Now that DC kind of said, Wonder Woman movie and a Cyborg movie. Marvel said, all right, let's pull our dick out and throw it out on the table. You know what I'm saying? And say, let's show these motherfuckers how it's done.
Right.
So we have, okay, and I guess the way Kevin Feige, whatever his name is, the producer of all these movies, the guy that basically runs Marvel Studios or whatever, he said that each Avengers movie starts another phase. So these movies technically start with Avengers 2: Age of Ultron. But okay, we have, oh shit, where the hell's my list? God damn it. I just had a list here a second ago.
You fail.
Yeah, I totally fail. Okay,
Super
so
fail, motherfucker.
yeah, they have, okay, because I just want to get them in order just so they don't have, okay, here we go. Okay, Captain America 3, Civil War, which is not, they're not calling Captain America 3, but they call it Captain America Civil War, which, as we've discussed in the last episode, it's where Tony Stark and Captain America kind of bump heads when it comes to registering heroes, which once again, this can come down to like when Tony Stark was fighting the Incredible Hulk, where, I feel Tony Stark partly wants superheroes to kind of register themselves with the government and register their IDs, because then you can kind of, once again, kind of have his backup plan. You know what I'm saying? You kind of have his, I think he's, he's all for people should be responsible for their own actions. I mean, that was the whole reason he became Iron Man after he realized the fucking horrible weapons of mass destruction he's produced. But I think he kind of has an ulterior motive where if people actually register with the government and register with S.H.I.E.L.D., or not with S.H.I.E.L.D., but like, he exploit, we kind of have from the Avengers that he kind of got all these secrets from S.H.I.E.L.D. that I think is going to come into play later with him exploiting. I think he kind of wants people, there's kind of like a mastermind thing there where he wants people to register just so he could kind of have records of who's who and what's what. So in case he has to put a motherfucker down, you know what I'm saying?
I've never seen like I've never read the Civil War Marvel comics, but technically usually when something like this happens, it's because something horrific has happened and the government really basically just goes, okay, well, guess what? It's time for you all to register.
Well, remember, just in this universe alone, we already had first the invasion on New York, which a lot of people didn't like, and that kind of, with S.H.I.E.L.D., S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of stepped up its game and then kind of, handled it. But then now, with Captain America: The Winter Soldier, once he found out that S.H.I.E.L.D. was fucking basically half puppeted by fucking Hydra anyway, that I think people were like, well, look, we can't even fucking trust, we gave S.H.I.E.L.D. all these powers, and look what happens when you give people powers. Somebody else finds an angle and exploits it. So fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, not that the government's any better, but we need to put people in check before before fucking we all get invaded by aliens again or whatever. Toxic raccoon and a walking tree come and fuck us.
I am Groot.
Okay, so there's Captain America: Civil War, which don't get me wrong. In my opinion, Guardians of the Galaxy was the best movie of the year, but Captain America: Winter Soldier was a close second. So I mean, these movies. I'm ready for Captain America: Civil War to be fucking awesome.
Now, that's going to be after the Avengers, right? Avengers 2.
Oh shit. Yeah. Because Avengers is next year.
Right.
2015. Yeah.
I just want to clarify that because people listening to this might be like, "That's before Avengers."
Oh yeah, no. All of these take place after Avengers: Age of Ultron. Okay. Then I totally forgot. Soon after the Avengers, because Avengers in May of next year. In July we got Ant-Man, which it's not the Hank Pym Ant-Man. Hank Pym is played by Michael Douglas. Paul Rudd plays the other fucking guy, which is kind of weird because in the Avengers 2, they're saying that Tony Stark built Ultron, when in the comic books it was Hank Pym, the original Ant-Man that built Ultron. Or maybe they'll kind of retcon it, they'll kind of bring it back and kind of say, oh, well, Tony Stark was using Pym technology or some shit like that. I'm pretty sure by the time we get to Ant-Man, they'll throw that line in, just go, oh, Tony Stark didn't create Ultron, he was using, Hank Pym's, patents or some shit like that. So we got Ant-Man coming up. Once again, it's kind of like fucking shrouded in secrecy, there's really very little to know. All we know is that, the original director left, and now we're kind of like left in the air. I mean, Paul Rudd, take it or leave it. I don't think he's gonna do a bad job. Michael Douglas is fucking badass. I mean, I hope they give him good screen time and let him fucking kick a little ass. I mean, even though, he's an old man, but, you can still, like I said, if we could have a talking tree, walking tree and a talking raccoon, I'm pretty sure if we could have Michael Douglas, knock a couple guys out in a bar fight or something.
Sounds like me.
Okay.
Because I kick ass ass in bar fights.
Doctor Strange, once again, totally, and I guess the rest of the movies are like we're really, really very much in the dark. Okay, you got Doctor Strange, you got Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I don't know why, like the logo, they have the logo where it looks like one number was written down, then it was crashed out, and then another number was written. Then you got Thor 3, Ragnarok, which, it's, in all these movies, as cool as they all are, Thor's been kind of getting the short end of the stick. I mean, Thor is a badass character, and unfortunately, I guess when you have so many other cool people, Thor kind of gets, Thor's getting the backseat. I mean, but Ragnarok, for those who don't know their Norse mythology, Ragnarok is technically the end of the world. Now, how bad can it be the end of the world when there's already fucking like 5 more movies after it? But, well, I mean, I guess it's the end of the world for the Norse gods. So, I mean, we may see the final death of Odin and Loki or whatever the case may be, or.
Well, Ragnarok was the signal of the fall of the gods and rebirth of the new world, man.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it could be a new order.
In Norse mythology, anyway, man.
Right. So it could be a new, basically, like at the end of it, maybe Thor becomes.
No.
But I think all the realms, like all the Nidalheim and all those other fucking weird names that they have, all those, I think by the time we get to Ragnarok, they're just going to be decimated. They're just going to be fucking.
Basically, it's like Midgard survives, but basically, there will be a new Asgard. But in Ragnarok, if I'm right, Thor actually dies.
Oh boy.
I don't think he'll die in this one, probably.
No, he will, dude. If they go along with the same lines as Norse mythology, then yeah, he will not be the All-Father.
And remember, in the comics, I mean, they've already made Thor a woman. So what's not to say this? They'll gauge fan reaction. Make us think he's dead. And let's say people don't care, they may bring back Thor as the female Thor. I mean, technically, I'm just once again, I'm just totally speculating out there.
We'll see. Continue on with the list.
Black Panther, which is now they said they've already announced that the actor is going to be Chadwick Boseman, who he played James Brown in the. What's the name of that? I can't believe I forgot that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Get on up.
Get on up. Yeah.
Get on up. Sorry.
Let me see.
Apology not accepted.
Oh, and he also played what the hell? He played Jackie Robinson. So this guy, I mean, Jackie Robinson, like the first, and the first, not the first black baseball player, but the first black baseball player in the.
Well, Jackie Robinson was the first African American player to actually break the color barrier, man, and play in a major, play with a major.
That's what I'm saying. Not the first black, but the first black to play in Major League Baseball. So this guy's played Jackie Robinson. He's played, he's played fucking, James Brown, which fucking tore down walls. I mean, a lot of people owe their careers and fame and everything to the groundwork that James Brown has set down. And now he's playing Black Panther, who was the first, once again, kind of like Jackie Robinson, Black Panther was the first African American character in a mainstream comic book that wasn't a sidekick, wasn't he was a person that actually had superpowers. I mean, of course there were African American owned comic book companies, but once again, I'm saying this is the first black character in a major comic being Marvel. And actually, before people get it twisted, he actually had the name Black Panther before the radical movement of the Black Panthers. So, I mean, before people go and make this like some sort of like, some militant racial thing, no, the name actually, came from Stan Lee and Jack Kirby before the political movement. But and so they said, like I said, Chadwick Boseman. I don't know why, and I have to do a little more research and shame my nerd cred. I could have sworn there were like 2 Black Panthers, or there was one, I think, or Black Panther. Like it's sort of like a something that's handed down from father to son. Like
it is handed down through the generations, man.
And the one thing is
the successor of being the Black Panther, man, because I think it was in the country of Wakanda that has the vibranium.
Yeah.
That country is rich in vibranium, and the Wakandans wouldn't give it up. So that's the reason why, the Black Panther legacy really does go on, because of the vibranium.
And I mean, it's not really a surprise that in the Avengers movie, parts of it are going to take place in Wakanda, because one of the characters in the movie that's actually played by the guy that plays Smeagol and King Kong, and the motion capture actor, he's playing a character which is from the Black Panther storyline. I believe they actually filmed scenes in South Africa for the Avengers movie, and so we may see a Wakanda. We're gonna get some sort of view or taste or whatever of Black Panther in the next Avengers movie. So, and like I said, and I got nothing against Chadwick Boseman. I just want to see Wesley Snipes. I mean, Wesley Snipes, he's an older guy, he's still kick ass. I would like like I said, if this is supposed to be like a, thing passed down from father to son, can we throw Wesley Snipes in there, please? Can he be the father, the retiring Black Panther?
To be honest with you, no disrespect to Chadwick Boseman, man, but I really still feel like Michael Jai White probably would have fit the mold better, though.
Oh, yeah. And Michael Jai White, I mean, he's been in Dark Knight. He's been in Black Dynamite. Fucking.
It's just the point that, man, he has the build, and he has it's just like his aura screams Black Panther, man. I even said with the Iron Man movies, man, he should have been James Rhodey, dude.
Yeah.
Because he looks just like him.
And even Spawn wasn't the greatest movie in the world, but it wasn't because Michael Jai White. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the better parts of a movie that had several flaws. I don't think anybody's watched that movie and said, "Oh, Michael Jai White's the problem."
No, man, he killed the role, man. I'm talking about, dude. He played Al Simmons to the T.
Yeah, I mean, okay, John Leguizamo was a little off the, little wonky. Martin Sheen was a little wonky. The fucking CGI was absolutely horrible.
But you got to think about it, man. That was in the beginning of CGI technology, though, man. So
that's what I'm saying is that he was one of the few good parts. The few good parts of that movie. So yeah, I totally agree with you. Had they got Michael Jai White, I would have been, like I said, no disrespect to Chadwick Boseman, but had they got Michael Jai White, I would have said, all right, bet we got it. Okay, and then the Avengers doing what they did with Harry Potter and doing what they did with fucking Twilight, and they're taking the last movie and they're separating it into two parts.
Separating it.
I'm sorry. Separating it into two movies. So
don't worry, folks. We'll be done with the podcast in just a second.
Yeah. So it's not the Avengers 3. They're calling it the Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and Avengers Infinity War Part 2. How they couldn't just call it Infinity War, Avengers 3, Infinity War. What they should have done is call it Avengers 3 Infinity Gauntlet, Avengers 4 Infinity War. I mean, that's just me. Yeah. But then again, I guess maybe that, I don't know, because maybe it's a contractual thing. It's oh no, this is technically one movie. No, fuck it, make it 3 and 4, goddammit. But and then you got to wait a year in between. Part 1 is in May of 2018. Part 2 is in May of 2019. So, I mean, am I excited? Yes. And they've already they've released a teaser trailer already for Infinity War. Where they show Thanos, however you want to pronounce it, holding Thanos. Okay. Holding the Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, it looks fucking beautiful. I made my cover photo on Facebook, that picture, because the Infinity Gauntlet is just beautiful. So once again, no real news on that. And then of course, the ones that were kind of not bad, but not, Captain Marvel. I think Captain Marvel is probably going to weave a little bit more into the Guardians of the Galaxy storyline. Once again, kind of for Marvel saying, "Oh, you're gonna have a Wonder Woman movie? Sure, fine. We're gonna have a fucking Captain Marvel movie." So. Which I don't know which comes first, but I wonder what, actually I got to look at it. Which one comes first, Captain Marvel or fucking Wonder Woman? I know I have the fucking infographic on my computer. But okay, whatever. So that's basically Marvel's way of saying fuck you. We're gonna do it. And then the Inhumans. Forgive my nerdiness. My lack of nerdiness. I'm not super familiar with the Inhumans, but once again, if you could take the Guardians of the Galaxy and make it a fucking viable property,
they better do a fucking good job with the Inhumans, man. I saw a little comic book of it, man, on DVD. It's okay.
Well, I mean, just the fact that these guys, we're planning movies all the way out to 2020. I guess it gives us, people who host the podcast, stuff to talk about for the next 6 years. So thank you, DC and Marvel, for keeping us in the speculation business. Giving me something to live for the next couple of years. I got to live for my daughter also, but. But that's kind of just all the movies, and like I said, and last episode we talked about the DC announcement, so it's just and all the stuff we talked about, that's not including the TV shows. Marvel's still doing the Netflix thing, with Daredevil and Iron Fist and Luke Cage. It's not including when like DC, when it comes to the DC movies, I mean, you know, the direct to DVD animated movies, like next year we got Throne of Atlantis coming out, you know, not to, you know, whatever other projects, you know, Lego's doing the Lego Batman movie. You know, there's just a ridiculous amount of fucking movies coming out in the next couple of years, and TV shows and media, not to mention whatever video games come out of this. You know, I'm waiting for Batman Arkham Knight. You know, there's just so much stuff going on. I don't know what to do with myself. So hopefully, you know, I'll live for the next 6 years or so. And who knows, in the next 6 years, there'll be another fucking 20 movies announced. So I think that's it. I believe we're going to wrap it up.
That's what she said.
And we've had a slight change once again, like from like the last episode. It is now twostrangersonePodcast.net. So we can call it Two Strangers One Podcast Network.
I'm gonna have to look this up right now.
Yeah,
I swear, man, y'all change websites like I change draws, man.
You know what it is? I keep forgetting to pay the damn site, and you know, and it's
yeah, bitch your ass.
Chris, can I give you one piece of advice?
It looks like shit, I know, but that's
No. It's called automatic renewal.
Yeah.
I do that on all my websites, dude. That way nobody can go, oh, look what I stole from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how,
you know, there's some bitches that would love to steal our website.
Well, I mean, just the fact that and it's, you know, fucking GoDaddy, like the original Two Strangers One Podcast.com. Now, if you want it, they want to charge $600 for it. You know what I'm saying? When I got that shit like for like $12 a year or whatever, now all of a sudden, magically it's in demand. It's not in demand. They're just holding it fucking ransom, scumbags. So, right. So right now it's twostrangersonePodcast.net. Maybe I should make an auto renewal. Right now it's the bare bones. It basically just redirects you to our Podomatic hosting site. So it's not too complicated. I mean, all the links that you need to find are on the page. But like I said, the links that you may want to look into. So however you found this episode, it'll give you the link on how to find us on iTunes. It'll give you the link on how to find us on Stitcher. Once again, Stitcher, that's for people who have Android devices and don't have an iPhone, iPad, iPod. iTunes, that's pretty much self-explanatory. Stitcher, STITCHER. It's what I use when I'm driving for 6 hours and I don't necessarily want to listen to music. I don't listen to podcasts. And the cool thing about Stitcher is you can download all your episodes while you're in your Wi-Fi spot, or even if you happen to stop by a Starbucks or a McDonald's or whatever, steal their Wi-Fi, download all the most current episodes of the shows that you're subscribed to and listen to it on your way, so you're not using up data on your phone. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/twostrangersonepodcast. That's all spelled out. It takes 2 seconds to share this particular episode or the page itself with your friends on Facebook. We've gotten some good feedback. We've got a couple of new listeners since the Comic-Con. People that have reached out to me on Facebook or whatever, and I want to say hi and thank you to everyone who's, and I've even had, for some reason, it's been really weird, maybe because of the Comic-Con, I've had people that said, I've had like 2 people tell me, I haven't listened to a while, and I listened to it, and it's fucking awesome. So, yes, keep coming back, people. Subscribe to us.
It's because of me. I know.
And of course, and on Stitcher, any podcast worth listening to, including the Toonami Faithful podcast, is on Stitcher. But, right there with, Chris Hardwick's The Nerdist, Kevin Smith's Smodcast, This American Life, Adam Carolla, Mark Maron, all the podcasts that are pretty much worth listening to. We are right there. You can subscribe to us also and get your fix of all things podcasty. And let me see. Oh yeah, and if you want to send us an email, you can send us an email at twostrangersonepodcast@gmail.com. That's twostrangersonepodcast, all spelled out, at gmail.com. Which I should bring up in a second because I haven't had a chance to look at it. I don't know why I totally forgot, or if I haven't looked at it in a couple of days. And then we have, if you want to follow us on Twitter, you could follow us at Stranger Podcast, the little @ symbol, Stranger Podcast, and we'll be more than happy to, if you want to interact with us and stuff like that. I mean, sometimes we get some funny emails. My favorite guy is Oscar. He's Oscar from South America. And that's about it. I acquiesce the floor to you, sir, Paul.
I guess I'll let the black man go first.
Yeah, you can find me at ukami_samurai7 at twitter.com. You can tumble with me at Tumblr on ukamisamurai.tumblr.com. And if you want to send me any email, you can do that at therealmaddox@toonamifaithful.com. And you can also see me kicking Paul's ass all over Twitter.
Yeah, whatever. And you can find me on Twitter at Paul Pascrillo. It's PESCRILO. Yes. I'm going to fucking kill you. paulpascrillo.tumblr.com. I also have an ask.fm. It's ask.fm/Paul Pascrillo. A lot of people have been asking me questions, especially, is Darrell going to throw my bachelor party? I don't know if I could survive that, but
You will.
Probably not unscathed. But anyways, yes. So ask me questions there. And speaking of the Toonami Faithful podcast, please listen this week. It'll probably be up by the time this episode comes up. We have an interview with Johnny Young Bosch, the voice of Bleach, and the second Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Black Ranger. So be sure to tune in for that. But that's it for the podcast this week.
All right, so we certainly hope you guys enjoyed listening. Had as much fun as we did recording. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Darrell.
Don't be a stranger.
Peace. We're out.
I'll holler, man.
Bye. You should be vabbing.
Every day.
Hey, man, let's get some chicken wings.
And watermelon.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double
it?
Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne smells good to me.
But
Look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
but it is spelled C-O-L-O-N.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? I smell sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea,
Yeah, it
man.
is.
Look at her. Fucking, she's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show, I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin, that's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it, that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his comic books, heavy metal, video games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne. Right
No,
now,
sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonePodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.